Hello, this is Jared Wells. Talking about these HOAs, I'd really rather be doing bunch of other things, but this has become an issue. These HOAs, we might need them, but not the way this one in our situation is running. They've allowed water infiltration into the walls. They're allowing it to happen into the foundation right now. They got mad at me for clearing the water away. After 15 years, it's obvious they're not going to do anything. Criminal negligence, breach of contract. Caught them in what appears to be skimming. They said they had trimmed a bunch of the trees, hedges. Not one twig got cut. I caught them the last 3 years. But it doesn't seem to matter to many of the homeowners because they're sort of all living in a little cloud. We even have what might even be what appears to be someone involved with law enforcement who might be actually part of this. There's definitely an attorney who's well aware of the uncandidness of the board, telling us there was 3 bids when all along there's only 1 bid, but Gore's Construction for the re-roofing. The same company we caught with the unauthorized change orders, $30,000 minimum, making us not have a deck for 6 months during the winter months for the holiday season, no fire escape. Just so we would think they were working on figuring out how to do it. In the meantime, they went behind our backs and did all the decks the way they knew we would never allow it. The head guy of Gore's, doesn't even know that there's a big beam missing, and they had to have known. Come on, they demolition it. We would assume maybe they didn't do all that. So their friend let the water go into the walls. We knew after they already knew, but they acted like we had seen ghosts when we told them. We had a zipper device that opens up the walls. Only takes a few seconds to look. There's lots of water. There's no uncertainness in that. And then they took 5 years to do this Lauren Hardy examination that they were sort of not really sure there was water. It took them a little bit longer, and then by then, in the lawsuits, the walls were really rotten, and it cost a lot more money to fix them than it would have if they had acted on it, even when we told them. But they knew about it before. There's a J track that goes above the windows, the doors. They did it all wrong. It was a bad design because it was easy to confuse the 2 sides, and then if you didn't cut it exactly right, you had a big problem. So we could hear the water going into the walls at night during the rainstorms. They said, oh, don't worry about it. They knew what was going on. And so now these people are charging me $800. See this YouTube video? They're going to watch it, and they're going to try and charge me $800 for watching it. Imagine that. Going against my First Amendment rights, this supersedes anything you crooks are doing, what appears to be criminal behavior, breach of contract, forging, alteration of documents. They're rewriting all of our bylaws, everything to make it easier to understand. They're rewriting all the financials. They've even drastically rewritten meeting minutes, and then it didn't tell anyone, but I captured it and I caught it. And they had this whole baloney stuff going on with what was supposedly a vandalized bulletin board. They were trying to say somebody was breaking into the lock to post these notices. Sorry, took a lot of detailed photographs, close-ups, and nothing of any matter that would have caused those kind of entries pretty much ever occurred. But what somebody tried to do long after the fact, the lock company, they even knew there was something suspicious going on. The people you had repair the damage that you guys caused, trying to make it look like somebody was breaking into the bulletin board posting these notices. No. And now they're coming after us. They're trying to charge us $10,000 a month for complaining about these leaks, about this water, about the grass, the terrible upkeep. I mean, it looks pathetic. We look like a third world country around here now. And then they're going to just keep making sure things go wrong with our buildings so we can keep them employed with more contracts and substandard living situation. That's not what we bought when we bought this association. We bought good landscaping. We bought an association that was supposed to be taking care of everything. I mean, once our trash cans didn't get picked up, so the trash company told us to leave it out. The HOA knew, but they put it on a permanent record. They still have it down as graffiti for lines they hired me to paint for the last 15, 18 years. And then they power wash them at night, charge me for it, fine me. Everything after Kayla, who has influence over Rick, who's supposed to be the president. with Christopher, the attorney who's been around when all this has been happening. He got hired by the construction company who he then sued. Isn't that a conflict of interest? It's really crazy, folks. HOAs. And don't go with AMS. They're pure evil.